afternoon. This is Raisa here from CIO News, your host for today's event, Secure, Security Now, November 2023. And I have with me Mr. Ravi Kumar, AVP, CDSL. Welcome, sir, and it's great to have you here today. So to begin with, my first question is, what are some of the key trends and challenges you see in the current landscape?
Yeah, a good question, Raisa. So, post-pandemic, we are living in a post-pandemic era where your assets are getting personal. Since people are working from home, your applications are moving to cloud. Your network is also moved from your data center to maybe employees' drawing room. The concept that securing the perimeter for a company lies within the data center is no longer true. So your companies have become borderless. So you have to basically the buzzword around the CISO community. One of the few buzzword if I have to talk about is zero trust. And now this concept of data driven security is also coming up, where you have to focus on you have to basically track your data. So it's no longer residing in the company's premises, but it is going out beyond the control of the company. So that is one data centric security is one of the key area which I think is the buzzword and which the organizations are now focusing around.
Next question is, in the context of staying ahead, what is your organization doing to enable customers in creating awareness and training, preventing and mitigating cyber attacks?
The most important piece, in a security is the human element. You can have all the tools you want, but there will be one weak link. One person just clicking on some random link will take security for a toss. So we as an organizations are investing in security awareness, right? So we are educating employees. We are keeping the security training as a part of the onboarding program. So whenever an employee joins the company, it's a part of their onboarding program, which is conducted by the HR. And in many other organizations, it's also part of their KRA, whether they have completed the security training, whether they have passed the security training as well. So that is one of the areas where most of the companies are now aligned and focused on creating that employee awareness and employee education when it comes to security.
So what is your take on shift in cybersecurity after the digital inflection point a decade ago?
Yeah, so as I was speaking earlier, decade ago, the data security was more about ensuring that the perimeters like firewalls are there to protect the data which resides in the data center. But now with the digitization, your data is beyond the control of the organization, and that's where you have to think about stuff like data governance, which talks about first discovering the data, classifying the data, assigning the owners to the data, creating the policy and rules, what you are going to do with the data. For example, if you have a personal identifiable information, it can be your Aadhaar card or PAN card, you would like to mask that data. So that is where you create the policy. And finally, you create a metadata, which is kind of data about data, so that your data becomes searchable. Okay. And lastly, you follow it up with audit to ensure your data governance framework is working correctly.
And my last question to you, what is your key take from today's Secure event?
Yeah, so Secure, I know we have been a customer of Secure, and Secure, I think way beyond even when the DLPs were around, Secure were ahead of their time, talking about the data encryptions, and it's not only about the data encryption, also around the data lifecycle management and who gets to access the data, also controlling the identities. So and it was very good session, sharing the panel with some of the industry veterans, people from Navy as well. So it was an interesting I would say a learning session for me as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable time and being part of this interview.